welcome back to the channel. I am back with another epic Pulsechain and Pulsex video, and in this video we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. We're going to talk about the subject that nobody wants to talk about, that nobody in the community is preparing you for, and nobody is telling the truth about. So make sure you watch this video until the very end. Now before I get started, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and as always click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own independent research. With that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description and join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates and much more. Now to begin with, Pulsechain is currently down 8.76% for the day. Pulsex is down 7.58% for the day, and in fact I don't think the projects are doing bad at all. Liquidity we know is drying up, but we're expecting bullish momentum over the next few weeks, so get prepared and get ready for that. But let's get back to the point, the elephant in the room, and that is of course profit taking. That is of course exit strategies. So making $1 million and then selling all your coins sounds good, right? But how exactly does one achieve that? Now I know from the messages I'm getting from a lot of the people, you know, that even leave comments, etc., you know, we hear it time and time again. You don't need a strategy. You don't need entry strategy. All you need to do is just buy now and then wait for price to hit $1. Right? Now that sounds good in theory, right? That sounds very good. It sounds super exciting. But what we have to ask ourselves is, okay, how long will we be waiting, right? Number two, can price even hit $1? Again, whether you believe it or not, these are questions you have to ask yourselves. And number three, when do I actually, what is the overall market doing at the time, or what would the overall market conditions look like at the time? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, and then you almost work backwards and build a strategy that can obviously set you up to achieve that $1 million target or more, right? So for example, some people may have a strategy of saying to themselves, okay, all I want to do is make $1 million really fast. So what I'll do is I'll put in, $100,000 and I'll just wait for price to 10x. Now, believe it or not, that's a very simple strategy. It's a straightforward strategy, and it's a strategy that is very, very likely to happen. Why? Because it's very short term. At the 10x on a new project that hasn't been around for a month is fairly easy, because all the project needs to do is survive, right? If it can survive, then a 10x is very achievable and very, in my opinion, very likely before there's any major sell-off, right? So that is, again, a strategy that can be deployed, a strategy that can work. But the question now remains, how many of you have $100,000 lying around that you can just throw in and achieve $1 million in the short term? Or even if you do have $100,000 lying around, can you afford to lose that if this goes pear-shaped, right? So the 95% of people watching this just cannot do that. But if you can, again, that's a great strategy to achieve $1 million within a short base of time, right? So therefore, if you're playing with less, you need to be more strategic. So therefore, let's say you want to achieve 1,000, you want to deploy $1,000 into this project and achieve $1 million. Well, then what you need to say to yourself is, okay, I need several entries, right? I cannot afford to just get one entry in and then wait for price to hit, close to $1 or so, and then for me to hit my target. No, I want to basically build my portfolio, backtest Hex, and essentially look at what went well with Hex. Let's say 1,000,000% within 1 year was achieved with Hex. Okay, I'm going to say that these projects can achieve, let's say, 1/10 of what Hex achieved within the space of the year, right? So let's just say under 100,000%. Well, therefore, you want to build out a portfolio that can capture that percentage gains, and then of course, hopefully, be able to claw out a percentage of capital or gains that, number one, set you up and allow you to achieve financial freedom, but you still have a bag running just in case it does achieve 1,000,000%. So it's almost like a win-win scenario, right? And what I'm actually going to do for those of you that have made it this far in this video, right? And again, this is what I'm about to show you is a Crypto Crew Premium exclusive, right? And in fact, speaking of Crypto Crew Premium, we are going to be releasing the new project that we've been telling you guys about. That will be tomorrow. We'll be releasing that project to our Crypto Crew Premium members. It's a project on the Pulsechain, part of the Pulsechain ecosystem, and we anticipate that project achieving bigger percentage gains than PulseX and Pulsechain combined in the short term. Now, if we're, let's say, aiming for 100,000% on Pulsechain and PulseX individually, you can only imagine what this project that we'll release tomorrow will do. So if you want access to that, sign up to Crypto Crew Premium using the link in my description. Again, now would be the best time to do that. Remember, fortunes are made in the bear market when the market's down and not when the market takes off, right? So let's continue, right? So let's talk about it. Here's a secret. So even when we achieve our financial freedom number, or again, well, we've technically, a lot of the people in our group and ourselves have achieved that already, being in the cryptocurrency space for quite a long time. But let's just isolate it to Pulsechain and PulseX and the new project that we'll be releasing tomorrow. Well, what you want to do is, once you've hit your desired profit target, so that could be $1,000, that could be $10,000, that could be $100,000, that could be $1 million, right? It doesn't matter. But whatever your number is, what you want to do is optimize your portfolio to still be able to capture gains even when you have clawed out your target. So what that looks like is this. Let's say your target is $10,000. Your target that you want to achieve is $10,000, right? And you've built out your portfolio to achieve that. Once that target has been hit, what I would personally do is pull out, let's say $9,000, right? So I would say, okay, my target's been hit. What I'm going to do is pull out $9,000. I'm going to leave the $1,000 to run, right? So let that $1,000 accumulate. And then what I will do is essentially repeat the process all over again. So this process that we achieved here, right, where we have several entries, we're looking for the right entries, and we're building up our portfolio to hit our desired target areas. What we do is, once we've achieved that first target, we can leave 10% in or 20% depending on how confident you are in the project. And remember, you still need to ask yourself, so whenever you do end up hitting your target, what is the current price and how high can it climb from its current price, right? Because if the current price is still nowhere near where it could achieve, then of course what I'm saying is going to be more applicable. Whereas if it's clearly overvalued, is at the peak of a bull market, then of course it doesn't apply. So I want to make that very, very clear for everybody watching this, right? So you need to ask yourself, is it undervalued? Is it still undervalued? Okay, perfect. What are the market conditions are? Is it still good market conditions for me to basically, accumulate and increase now and build upon my surplus to help me basically double what I've made already, or even quadruple, or make even, 1,000x what you've taken profit early on, right? So you need to ask yourself that question, right? And last but not least, again, you do want to repeat the process, having that game plan, right? And that game plan is, I have my number. Once I achieve that number, I'm going to make sure I do claw that profit out of the market, take that profit, and then hopefully I can repeat that process again, whether with Pulsechain or Pulsex, or maybe a new project that's released, or an alternative project, right? So you do have to have that full game plan, that full strategy. But the idea of just, number one, holding forever or holding until $1 and just hoping for the best, again, that's a strategy that doesn't work. And you end up, basically seeing your financial freedom number and then seeing price basically go back to, I'm not going to say zero, but then go back to an unfavorable number, and then you end up regretting not taking some profits or taking profit at your financial freedom number. And number two, again, you just become liquidity for everybody else. So, don't get too caught up on what you're seeing online. A lot of these people telling you, yeah, we're just going to hold forever. They're not going to hold forever. They're going to take profit. And whilst they take profit, they're going to dump on you, right? So this isn't my, I have to be transparent here. I have to talk about the elephant in the room. And these are just some of the strategies that we'll be deploying and we'll be exercising in our Crypto Crew Premium channel. But get ready for another exciting week, exciting months ahead. And as always, until the next update, seize the day.